There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I guess it's okay. That's weird how it's coming back to me. Okay. So Facebook made a change. That's weird how it's coming back to me. Oh, okay. So Facebook made a change. Look, and you can hear me. That's weird. That's really weird to me. All right. Let me see how I can fix this. So Facebook made a change. Look, and you can hear me. That's really weird to me. All right. Okay. Maybe I need to. So Facebook made a change. All right. Hi, Tiffany. I'm a little confused. There's been some changes here. Can you still hear me? I turned off my volume on my computer. Hopefully that means it'll stop echoing back at me. Someone else is on too. If you guys can say hey in the chat for me. Hi, Allison. Yay, I'm so glad you guys can hear me. Okay. No more echoing. Good. I hate when they make changes and they don't tell you. It just gets on my nerves. But anyway, okay, so welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. Just going to go live on Instagram at the same time, and then we'll get started. Good morning. Come on now. I swear, it's like, all right. I'm hitting live. It's not doing it. Like, what is going on today, guys? Oh, you're so welcome, Kathy. I'm thankful that you guys are here and that I can help out in some ways. I don't want to do reels. I want to do a live, please. Okay, thanks. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to skip the, I don't know what they did with Instagram, but it's not letting me go live. All right, well, I'll just upload the video, I guess, to Instagram. Okay. All right, guys. So today we are, let's see, we have 3 people on. That's wonderful. And today we are going to talk about defining your unique message. So a lot of times as coaches, we feel like, like, are we doing the same thing that everybody else is doing out there? And that we don't have anything new to add to it, or like we feel like sometimes, why would people come to us? There's all these other people with all this other, similar stuff out there. Or maybe we think, people have heard our message before, and, we're just going to kind of be repeating the same old stuff. Why would anybody want to listen to us? So, that's a worry, right? That's a fear that we have. And I want to just say right now that if you are saying those things to yourself, or you're thinking those thoughts, that to stop, right? Because first of all, that's the number one killer of new business, right? Is to have that negative fixed mindset, right? I've talked a lot about developing a growth mindset, a success mindset. But the other thing is that everybody's stuff that is out there is unique to them, and that's going to be the same for you. If you think about, I'll give you an example. If you think about hamburger chains, right? You have like Wendy's and you have McDonald's. If they all thought, and Burger King, and I can't think of them off the top of my head, but if they all thought, hey, there's somebody out there already doing burgers, I'm not going to do burgers, or nobody's going to come buy my burgers, then they would have never been in business, right? They would never be these huge companies right now. Same thing with like Domino's and Little Caesars, and again, all those kind of pizza places. I can't think of them all right now. But if they all said, hey, somebody else is already doing pizza, I'm not going to do pizza, then, they wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't be these huge companies, and we wouldn't have all these choices that we have now. So it is about choice, right? People like to have choice. They like to be able to connect with a certain brand or a certain person. And you as a coach are your brand. And this could be career-wise too. Even if you're a career coach, like working for somebody and not having your own business, it's the same thing. You might be saying like, what can I bring to the table that's different than these other coaches that are, in the organization or what have you. But personal branding has a lot to do with how we come across, of course, and how we're perceived, but it's about connecting with the people that we're meant to connect with and serving the people that we're meant to serve. And the way that we can do that is by defining our own unique message. And that's what people hear, is our unique message. So if you think about competitors, right now, we don't like to call other coaches competition, but technically they are. But there's enough business for everybody. Again, we just need to make sure that we're concentrating on our personal branding, and that we're finding our unique message, and then we're putting that unique message out there. So there's just a couple easy steps to do this. But I do want to just take one more second and say, okay, look, you are unique, right? Every one of us is unique. So you're unique. What we're going to do is figure out how can you get that uniqueness into some sort of messaging, and then put that messaging out there so that those people that are meant to work with you will find you and work with you. So first thing to do and this is for established coaches as well as new coaches, because we still have to refine this as we go on. We still have to, kind of shake things up every once in a while. So even if you've been doing it a long time, you might want to take a look at this as well and make sure that your message is still resonating for you and still resonating for your audience. So the first step you're going to do is you're going to establish your why. And this is the basic step to anything that we do, right, in business. We want to know we want to know for ourselves, what is our why? And as business owners, we have to be able to answer this. So it could be as simple as you want more money or more free time, or, maybe you want to support a charity, or send, do missionary work, send, I don't know, support different kids in different things like summer camps, or maybe you want to, put your kids through college, or, buy your kids a house, or buy yourself a house, like, right? There's a zillion different reasons, but what is your why? Why do you want to be in business? Why do you want to be a coach? Why are you a coach? And why do you want to serve people and in your niche? Like, what is the reason that you've chosen that niche and chosen to help those people? So just think a little bit. This is something for you to do, right? Think a little bit and write down 5 reasons, 5 whys for you, right? So again, some ideas. I want to spend more time with my kids when they're little. I want to homeschool my kids. I want to support my parents as they age. I want the freedom to travel. These are some of my whys mixed in here. Not my little kids because they're not little anymore, but I do want to support my mom. I want to have the freedom to travel. I want to support charities that I believe in and that need help. And I want to live a certain lifestyle. I want to write a book. Again, just some things to think about. I want to, support a charity. I want to be able to support ministry. Again, whatever your why is, only you can really figure that out, right? So come up with 5 whys and then prioritize them, because your top 1 or 2 whys is really going to help you to define that unique message for yourself. But what are you passionate about? What do you truly love? What's going to light you up? What is that why for you? And then we're going to talk through how do you, as we go on, how do you build a business that allows you to achieve your goals, right? To fulfill those whys. Okay, so once you have your top 5 whys, then you want to start to think about what are the core values that are in those whys, right? So look at those statements and say, okay, what is the value here? And come up with those 5 top values. And then once you have your whys and your values, now you can move to the second step, which is your story. And this is where your why comes really in strongly, because your unique background, skills, talents, life happenings, all of that is what makes you, right? That's what makes up your personality, makes up your life, makes up your history and your future, right? So your unique background, your why and your story is what's going to appeal to your ideal client. It's nobody else's story. Nobody has your story. And it doesn't have to be your business story, right? It could be your personal life. It could be obstacles. It could be trauma. It could be wins. It could be, really cool things that have happened in your life, whatever it is, based on your whys. What is your story? So think about any struggles that you've overcome, any hardships you've faced, how maybe you've impacted other people's lives around you, and maybe how another person has impacted you. So again, just think about what your story is and write that out. And even if you don't want to write it out, you can, because like me, I'm not a good writer. So what I started doing recently is I'll actually record myself when I'm trying to come up with copy, or I'm trying to tell a story, or I'm trying to give an example of something, and I'll record it. And then I'll go to rev.com and they have a rough draft, I think it's called. And it's really inexpensive. I want to say it's like a penny or something, a minute or something. It's like really low, ridiculously low. But then I just get it transcribed. And so then I have it on a Word doc and I can play with it and I can copy and paste it and, into messaging or what have you. So that's a really good tool. Rev.com, REV.com. Yes. So Allison said, I really like that my story will encourage my perfect clients who can relate to me. Absolutely. That's the big plus of that, right? So nobody else has your story. No other coach is going to fit just right for your ideal client. Only you will, with your story of who you're resonating with. So write your personal story. Again, spend some time taking your time doing that. You might spend an hour, right? Or you might do a little bit over a couple of days, or you might do what I said, record yourself on Zoom. And you don't have to have the video on or whatever, but you could just have the audio on and record it. I just use Zoom because it's simpler. to upload it to rev.com, but you could use your phone or your tablet, whatever kind of audio recording device that you have. You just have to be able to upload the audio online to get it transcribed. So however that works for you. So spend about an hour writing your story, share details of your life, why you chose to be a coach, how that choice and your why can affect your clients and customers, and what in your background makes you the perfect coach for them, right? That's what you want to kind of pull out of that story. And be as detailed as you can and forthcoming too. Don't worry about sharing too much at this point, right? This is your drafts, getting your story. And this is just for you to read and you to work on, not anybody else. So you do want to have that full story for yourself. And then you'll, depending on your thoughts and your feelings and how comfortable you are, you'll share some of that. And some maybe you won't. That's really up to you. But definitely sharing like the bits and pieces of the story. And you can do that starting, right away, all the way up, like for years to come, right? Because it's your story. So then the third step is, after you have your why and your story, now you want to have a mission statement. And this is just a simple statement, but basically it defines who you are, what you do, and for whom you do it. You want your ideal clients or potential clients to be able to read your mission statement and immediately know whether or not you're a good fit. So a mission statement is a way to do that. Of course, your marketing will be a way as well, but when you really think out, take the time to think out a good mission statement, it's really, it puts us on a different level. Now we have a mission statement. We are going to be speaking to our ideal clients through that mission statement, and it will keep us focused, us and our teams. If you have VA or if you have a marketing team or what have you, everybody around you now knows what your mission is and your company or your coaching business mission is, and everybody can stay on point and stay focused. So basically it's really simple. Why does your business exist? That's what you're answering with that mission statement. And you can also use it on your website. You can use it in your marketing materials. If you go to my website, you'll see my mission statement on there. You'll see my value statement. My values are on there as well, my business values. And then I think I have something else on there too. Tiffany will be able to tell me. But whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're using that information on your website, in your marketing, so people can see it and get to know what your mission is in your coaching business. It also helps you to make decisions and helps your group to make decisions, right? Focusing in on that mission statement. So you're defining your why, you're defining your story, you're putting that mission out into the world, that mission statement, and it's going to come back to you, right? Because people are going to connect with that mission statement, and it'll keep everybody focused, yourself, and then anybody else that you bring in, any kind of marketing that you're doing, you're keeping that all focused on that mission statement. And I do have a couple examples just so you can kind of see. They're very simple. If you look at Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. It's a one-liner, right? Apple's a little bit more. Apple is committed to bringing the best personal computing experience to students, educators, creative professionals, and consumers around the world through its innovative hardware, software, and internet offerings. Amazon's is to be Earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they may want to buy online. So your mission statement, answer these questions. What difference will I make in the lives of those I touch? What will my legacy be? And how will anyone know I've reached it? And then you can write the mission statement from that. Then the fourth thing that you want to do is come up with your unique messaging. So there's a lot of new and even established business owners out there. They get stuck in considering and coming up with their unique selling proposition, your USP. And basically that means that you maybe you have trouble figuring out what sets you apart from other coaches or other service providers. And then of course your products, what makes your products different than everybody else's? Why would somebody want to buy from you when there's so many other choices? This comes down to this unique offer. And the answer is simple, because nobody is you. Nobody has your story. Nobody has your personality. Nobody has your specific experience. Nobody has your specific perspective or view on things or your insights, right? So you really want to come up with, when you're writing out your unique offer, again, you want to incorporate everything I've already said, because that's going to create that unique offer that people are going to connect with. And they're really going to be able to resonate with you and connect with your product or your service that you're offering. So when you're sharing your story in an authentic, personable way, you'll make those immediate connections, and then people will take the next step to look at what you're offering. And that's where your unique product comes in, offer comes in. So you can do a couple things here. You can share your business story, right? You're already kind of put together your personal story. Now you want to maybe look at sharing your business story, writing that out. What's been your business biggest struggle? How did you overcome it? What were your biggest wins? How did you celebrate? Things like that. And really consider how that will help your ideal client. Maybe it's the struggles, maybe it's the obstacles that you've overcome, but take it from the business perspective as well. So now you have two things. You have the business story and you have your personal story. And now you can figure out what kind of a product, what kind of an offer can you make that's going to connect with both the personal story and the business story with your audience and your product. So, and that might be that you play around with that, right? Play around with the business story, play around with your unique story, and figure out, again, how do those things connect to your product or your service? And how can you get that messaging out to your target audience so they can then connect with you in that way for your product? Because what happens is your stories, both of those, your personal and your business, actually becomes your unique products and programs. So consider that you'll be reaching out and building your tribe, and those life struggles and those business struggles and those challenges that you've overcome and the wins that you've done in life, the successes you've had, those are going to be things that you want to put together to help your clients do the same thing. So using your experiences and your story, consider, what do you know about your ideal client out of your story, right? And brainstorm like 20 problems they'll face at some point in their business or their life, depending on which one you're focusing on. If you're, if you're working on relationship coaching, then, you have your experience with relationships that you're going to try to connect with people on. Think about, what are the 20 problems that they face, or 10 problems that they face. I just say 20 because it's a good brainstorming exercise. So they don't have to be huge, life-altering things. It could be some small issues and some big issues, right? We don't want everything to be catastrophic. We want to have some things that are just like, easy steps that people can, steps to take to overcome some smaller problems as well. And then those smaller problems can actually wound up being things like opt-in gifts, or, opt-in, gifts. So maybe you create, a checklist to overcome a small problem, and you're able to offer that on your website as an opt-in. Or maybe you put together some things, maybe a couple videos of how you overcame these smaller issues, or how you went about the process that you went about to overcome some smaller issues. And that becomes a low offer on your website so that you have some passive income, right? So brainstorm those 20 problems, and that's going to be where you're going to start to create those unique offers for yourself. And then once you have that brainstorming, that 20 things, then you want to start to put them in an order that makes sense, that your ideal client faces, and in what order they would particularly face those things, right? Because that'll give you a better feel for their journey. And you always want to know what your client's journey is. And then what you can do, then that list actually becomes part of your marketing funnel, which I'll get into another time. But it helps you to, again, see what is your client's journey and what can you provide to take them through that journey. So maybe the first couple things, if they're smaller, you're doing those opt-ins or those passive income type products. And then you get to kind of the meaty stuff and you're like, okay, here's where I can do a group program, or here's where I can do a one-on-one coaching engagement with somebody, or here's where I can do a seminar or workshop, right? So then you take these problems and you take that journey, and that becomes your unique offer. And you can start to create products and packages around that. Oh, hey, Teddy. Hey, Fermi. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here, Teddy. All right. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, was really getting clear on what defines your unique message. And also to tell you guys that, again, you are the only person that is you. You are the only one that has your story, your experience, and your background. So don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like everybody, your stuff is the same as everybody else's out there. It's how you create it, making it yours, and how you present it. Great. I'm glad that helped you. Thanks, guys. Hey, if you're watching the replay, please put #replay in the comments. If you have questions, please put those in the comments as well. And I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. If I can turn it off now.